RSEA Engineering Agency's engineering projects span the globe, with footprints across Southeast Asia, Africa, the Middle East, the Americas, the Pacific Islands, and the Indian Ocean. The number of overseas projects completed by RSEA Engineering Agency is countless. The previously introduced video, in remembrance of RSEA Engineering Agency's overseas business. Episode 1, covered projects in Southeast Asia, Vietnam and Thailand. This is Episode 2, which continues with projects in Southeast Asian countries such as Indonesia, Singapore, Malaysia, and the Philippines. Episode 3 will feature projects in the Middle East, including Taif, Jeddah, Abha, Riyadh, and Jubail in Saudi Arabia, as well as in Bahrain and Jordan. Episode 4 will introduce projects in Africa, including the Central African Republic, Egypt, Liberia, and Guinea-Bissau, as well as in the Americas, Pacific Islands, and the Indian Ocean region. Republic of Indonesia is a Southeast Asian country composed of 17,506 islands, making it the largest archipelagic nation in the world. Its major islands include Sumatra, Java, Kalimantan, and Sulawesi. Spanning both Asia and Oceania, it is also known as the Land of 1,000 Islands. Covering a land area of 1,919,440 square kilometers and with a population exceeding 280 million, Indonesia is the fourth most populous country in the world. The capital city is Jakarta, the nation's most densely populated and prosperous region. Indonesia is a republic with both its parliament and president elected by popular vote. Indonesia shares its borders with Papua New Guinea on the island of New Guinea, with Timor-Leste on the island of Timor, and with Malaysia on the island of Borneo. It also faces Singapore, the Philippines, and Australia across the sea. In addition, Indonesia is one of the founding members of the Association of Southeast Asian Nations and a member of the G20. Indonesia is RSEA Engineering Agency's second-largest overseas base in the international construction market, second only to Saudi Arabia. In 1973, the World Bank funded the construction of the Trans-Sumatra Highway in Indonesia. The project was divided into 7 segments for international bidding, and RSEA Engineering Agency won the contracts for the first and second segments. The first project is 130 kilometers long, passed through forested swamplands and was plagued by heavy rainfall and harsh conditions. RSEA Engineering Agency's staff persevered with resilience and overcame numerous difficulties, ultimately completing the project ahead of schedule. The highway opened to traffic on July 31, 1976. President Suharto personally presided over the inauguration ceremony and praised RSEA Engineering Agency's outstanding performance. The media hailed it as the best road in Indonesia, establishing a solid foundation for RSEA Engineering Agency's future business expansion in the country. For subsequent projects completed by RSEA Engineering Agency, President Suharto often attended the grand opening ceremonies, which brought immense pride to all RSEA Engineering Agency personnel. Due to RSEA Engineering Agency's outstanding quality and excellent reputation, it continued to secure numerous road construction projects in Indonesia following the completion of Sections 1 and 2 of the Sumatra Island North-South Highway project, with each new project increasing in scope and complexity. Starting with ordinary road construction, RSEA Engineering Agency went on to undertake expressways and toll roads, later expanding into water resources, energy, construction and development projects, all of which earned widespread acclaim and recognition across Indonesian society. In November 1980, RSEA Engineering Agency undertook the Raram Dam project in Lampung Province, which included the construction of an earth rock dam, spillway, diversion tunnel, and irrigation canals. The project was completed and accepted in December 1983, a full 8 months ahead of schedule, marking an unprecedented milestone in Indonesian engineering history. In 1984, RSEA Engineering Agency was awarded the civil works for the Cilegon cold rolling steel mill, consisting of 6 major structures, making it the largest and most complex section of the project. Completed in March 1985, the project was deemed impossible by the French-based engineering consultant at the time. However, RSEA Engineering Agency remarkably achieved the target 3 days ahead of schedule, a truly commendable accomplishment. The Surabaya-Malang Expressway was the first expressway project awarded to RSEA Engineering Agency in Indonesia. Stretching approximately 84 kilometers, the project extended from Surabaya to Malang in East Java Province, Indonesia. The project was divided into 3 sections, A, B, and C. RSEA Engineering Agency successfully completed sections A and B. Section C was originally awarded to a Philippine contractor, but due to severe delays, the Indonesian government reclaimed 37 kilometers of that section and reassigned it to RSEA Engineering Agency for completion. The entire expressway was completed, and a grand opening ceremony was held on July 26, 1986. RSEA Engineering Agency's second expressway project in Indonesia was the Bandung Expressway. Designed as a rigid pavement road, it included both main and branch routes, totaling 29 kilometers. The project was divided into 2 segments, began in October 1987, and officially opened on March 11, 1991. In 1987, RSEA Engineering Agency developed the Bakaru hydropower plant in South Sulawesi Province. The plant was located in Bakaru along the Mamasa River, a tributary of the Sadang River. The dam and intake structure were built approximately 8 kilometers upstream of the plant, utilizing a 340-meter hydraulic head to generate electricity. The water diversion channel was completed ahead of schedule, and the commissioning ceremony was presided over by Sukarno, chairman of the Indonesian State Electricity Company, who repeatedly praised RSEA Engineering Agency's substantial contributions to Indonesia's infrastructure development. In addition, the 5.9-kilometer-long headrace tunnel cut through numerous mountains and was constructed simultaneously from 9 working phases to meet the tight schedule. Utilizing the new Austrian tunneling method, it was successfully completed on June 22, 1989, 2 months ahead of schedule. The button-pressing ceremony was personally presided over by Indonesian Vice President Sudarmono at the construction site. The Bakaru hydroelectric power plant project was carried out by RSEA Engineering Agency's staff entirely within a virgin forest. Despite the challenging conditions, the project was successfully completed 3 months ahead of schedule. A grand completion ceremony was held on May 13, 1991, and was personally presided over by Indonesian President General Suharto, who initiated the button-pushing ceremony, marking a new era in energy development for South Sulawesi Province. Due to RSEA Engineering Agency's remarkable achievements in Indonesia, in November 1992, the original team from the Bakaru project was assigned to construct the water diversion tunnels of the Bili Reservoir on Sulawesi Island. These tunnels, measuring 290 and 300 meters in length, were completed in November 1994, following the great success of the Surabaya and Bandung Expressway projects. A large joint venture company, formed by both private and state-owned entities in Indonesia, proactively invited RSEA Engineering Agency to undertake a new project, the construction of a 44-kilometer toll road from Jakarta to Merak Port. Although the road met expressway standards, the project had an extremely tight deadline. The first phase, covering sections 1 and 2, commenced on July 25, 1990. Thanks to the tireless efforts of the construction team, the project was completed 6 months ahead of schedule in 1993, and the road was opened to traffic early. Impressed by RSEA Engineering Agency's performance, the client entrusted RSEA Engineering Agency with the remaining second phase works, namely sections 3, 4, and 5, further strengthening their partnership. The combined length of sections 3, 4, and 5 was approximately 43 kilometers, but the construction schedule imposed even more stringent time constraints. RSEA Engineering Agency officially began earthwork operations on July 8, 1993, working around the clock in shifts. The main construction was completed on October 24, 1995. These sections were also opened to traffic ahead of schedule, fully living up to the client's expectations. The project set a benchmark for rapid construction while maintaining consistent quality. From 1985 to 1992, RSEA Engineering Agency undertook the surface earthwork excavation project for a coal mine in Ening, located at the southeastern tip of Sumatra, Indonesia. The project was carried out in over 10 phases to assist the Indonesian government in mining its abundant coal resources. In addition, RSEA Engineering Agency undertook a coastal land reclamation project in Jakarta, which began in 1990. By 1994, Phases 2 and 3 had been completed, making significant contributions to Indonesia's coastal development. In May 1991, RSEA Engineering Agency achieved a new breakthrough in expanding its engineering operations in Indonesia. The Sinar Mas Group, one of Indonesia's major conglomerates, recognizing RSEA Engineering Agency's excellent reputation and performance in the country, proactively invited RSEA Engineering Agency to participate in its projects in Jubail and Shernan. These involved the construction of 2 thermal power plants. The contracting approach was based on the actual construction costs incurred, plus a reasonable profit margin calculated through cost estimation. This cost-plus method served as the basis for undertaking the project, representing a pioneering practice in construction contracting. Thanks to the dedicated efforts of RSEA Engineering Agency's staff, both thermal power plant projects were successfully completed, meeting their targets in May and July 1992, respectively. Another consortium, the Royal Golden Eagle Group, in September 1992, began the construction of the Baygon and Yongji paper mills in a remote rainforest area of Sumatra. This project was entrusted to RSEA Engineering Agency by the Royal Golden Eagle Group under a cost-plus contract and was completed in 1995. Additionally, RSEA Engineering Agency and Malaysia's YTL Group jointly invested in the development of the Surabaya Rongma Industrial Park. On September 26, 1989, a Memorandum of Understanding was signed under the witness of the Indonesian Minister of Industry. The development plan was divided into 3 phases, covering a total area of approximately 203 hectares. Of this, around 130 hectares were designated as usable land for factory construction, with the remainder allocated for infrastructure, roads, drainage, and green spaces. The park attracted enthusiastic participation from Taiwanese businesses seeking to purchase land and set up factories. In 1995, RSEA Engineering Agencies was awarded the second irrigation contract for the Batateji Dam project in Lampung Province, Indonesia. The project included a 709-meter-long, 120-meter-high earth rock dam, requiring the placement of 9 million cubic meters of earth and rock, a 52-meter-long spillway, intake structures, a power station, power tunnels, and irrigation outlets. The hydropower station was designed to house 2 28.6 megawatts turbine generator units. The project was completed in 2000, and the Batateji Reservoir has since become a major source of agricultural irrigation, public water supply, and a popular tourist destination. RSEA Engineering Agency's expansion into Singapore began with early national defense projects and later extended to a significant number of roadworks, bridges, and building constructions. These projects include the Zebra Project, Woodsville Flyover Interchange, Phase 2 of the Pan Island Expressway, Park Road Interchange, Queens Avenue Widening, Jurong Industrial Facilities, Braddell Flyover, the Environmental Sanitation Building, Government Recreational Villas, GE and Technical College, the Singapore Polytechnic Expansion, Seal Tar Sewage Treatment Plant, and Naval Base Facilities, bringing the total number of projects to approximately 40. In 1975, RSEA Engineering Agency established RSEA Engineering Agency International in Singapore, with the dual purpose of expanding its operations in the country and using it as a strategic hub for developing overseas projects. Construction of Singapore's mass rapid transit system began in 1983, encompassing the North-South Line, East-West Line, and the Western Branch Line. Contract 405 of the MRT project covered the Western Branch Line, running from Jurong East Station to the terminal station at Choa Chu Kang, with a total length of 6.2 kilometers and featuring dual tracks. The RSEA Engineering Agency has participated in large-scale international projects overseas for many years, accumulating extensive construction experience and technical expertise. In its projects in Singapore, RSEA Engineering Agency adopted advanced management approaches and construction techniques, earning recognition from the highly rigorous Singaporean government. Contract 405 of the MRT system was successfully completed on schedule in 1990, serving as a remarkable model of success both for the organization and for the nation. RSEA Engineering Agency's Contract 501 of Singapore's Mass Rapid Transit System was part of the Western Branch Line, covering a 1.5-kilometer dual-track elevated section from Lakeside Station to Boon Lay Station. Construction began in May 1988 and was successfully completed on schedule on May 14, 1990. The Seal Tar Sewage Treatment Plant in Singapore was undertaken by RSEA Engineering Agency, with construction starting in 1987 and completed in 1990. Commissioned by the Singapore government, the project was of considerable scale, designed to handle an inflow capacity of 114,000 cubic meters per day. It was built to treat domestic sewage and industrial wastewater from the northeastern region of Singapore. The Kranji Expressway Woodlands Flyover project in Singapore spans a total length of 8.4 kilometers, extending from the Kalibata flyover to the Tengah flyover. This expressway serves as a vital connector between the Pan Island Expressway and the Bukit Timah Expressway. Construction began in February 1992, and a grand opening ceremony was held on March 4, 1995, to mark its completion and opening to traffic. The Kranji Pan Island Expressway Flyover project, located in the western part of the island, marked both the extension of the Pan Island Expressway and the starting point of the Kranji Expressway. Construction also began in the spring of 1992, and the road was open to traffic by the end of 1993. The N5C11 and N5C12 public housing projects were situated in the eastern part of the island, near the terminal station of the MRT East Line. Designed and supervised by the Housing and Development Board, N5C11 included 560 housing units and a 6-story parking garage, while N5C12 comprised 420 housing units and a 5-story parking garage. Both developments were equipped with various public and recreational facilities and were completed and handed over to residents by the end of 1994. Due to their high quality, it was selected by the Singaporean government as a model residential area for observation and demonstration. Malaysia is a constitutional monarchy located in Southeast Asia, with a total land area of 330,345 square kilometers and a population of approximately 32.27 million. The country is divided into two main regions, Peninsular Malaysia and East Malaysia, which are separated by the South China Sea. Peninsular Malaysia borders Thailand to the north and is connected to Singapore in the south by the Johor-Singapore Causeway and the Second Link. East Malaysia is located in the northern part of Borneo Island and comprises the states of Sabah and Sarawak, along with the federal territory of Labuan. The capital city, Kuala Lumpur, is the most densely populated and prosperous area in Malaysia. In 1983, RSEA Engineering Agency entered the Malaysian construction market for the first time. Its first project in Malaysia was the Guruan Expressway, which RSEA Engineering Agency won in partnership with a local contractor. The project formed part of Malaysia's North-South Expressway and covered a 36.2-kilometer stretch from Alor Setter to Guruan in the northwestern state of Kedah. A notable feature of this project was that nearly half of the route passed through soft soil terrain, requiring the installation of over 434,000 ground improvement piles to stabilize the foundation. Construction began in May 1983 and was completed and opened to traffic in November 1986. In the same month, November 1986, RSEA Engineering Agency won another major contract in Malaysia. The Sungai Paya Hydro Power Plant, located near Ipoh in the state of Perak. It was a large-scale and challenging engineering endeavor. To promote economic development in Perak State, the Malaysian government selected the Perak River Basin as the site for a new hydroelectric power plant. The Sungai Paya hydropower plant project was divided into upstream and downstream sections, with the most challenging part of the construction being a 23-kilometer-long tunnel, which was an essential component of the power plant system. The tunnel was constructed using the new Austrian tunneling method and employed movable steel formwork for lining the tunnel with concrete. The Sungai Paya hydropower plant began construction in 1987 and was completed in 1992. In 1989, RSEA Engineering Agency undertook the New Klang Valley Expressway project, which formed part of Malaysia's North-South Expressway system. Located approximately 20 kilometers northwest of Kuala Lumpur, the section constructed by RSEA Engineering Agency was about 10 kilometers long and consisted of a 6-lane roadway. The North-South Expressway was a build-operate-transfer project led by United Malays National Organization as the main contractor. United Malays National Organization stated that 15% of the project payment would be made in the form of shares. Construction of the project began on September 5, 1989, and the entire expressway section was completed and opened to traffic on April 24, 1992. As a result of the stock price increase, RSEA Engineering Agency saw a slight rise in earnings. Between 1990 and 1991, RSEA Engineering Agency also invested in and independently developed a 200-hectare industrial park in Sungai Petani, and collaborated with the government on the development of the 60-hectare Kinda Industrial Park. Between 1994 and 1995, RSEA Engineering Agency participated in the construction of a shrimp farming facility covering approximately 393 acres in Kedah State. Starting in 1992, RSEA Engineering Agency undertook the construction of ASE Semiconductors facilities in Sungai Petani. In 1999, RSEA Engineering Agency withdrew from the Malaysian market. The Republic of the Philippines, commonly known as the Philippines, is an archipelagic country located in Southeast Asia. Geographically, it lies in the western Pacific Ocean border, to the north by the Luzon Strait across from Taiwan, to the south by the Celebes Sea across from Indonesia, to the west by the South China Sea across from Vietnam, and to the east by the Philippine Sea. The capital city, Manila, is the most densely populated and prosperous area in the country. The Philippines has a land area of nearly 300,000 square kilometers, and its population surpassed 100 million in 2015. In 1996, RSEA Engineering Agency collaborated with Indonesia's Hutama Karya Company to undertake the Manila Overpass Highway project in the Philippines, using a cross-border build-operate-transfer model. RSEA Engineering Agency established a representative office and a dedicated construction office for the Manila Overpass Highway. In July 1998, the representative office was reorganized into RSEA Engineering Agency's Philippine branch. The purpose of the expressway project was to alleviate severe traffic congestion in the Manila metropolitan area. The groundbreaking ceremony was presided over by former Philippine President Fidel Ramos, with the head of RSEA Engineering Agency Indonesia attending the event in person. The Manila Overpass Highway spans 10.5 kilometers and was constructed by RSEA Engineering Agency with a contract value of $376 million. A notable feature of the project was the use of a patented rotating cap beam construction method, which minimized disruption to traffic during construction. Construction began in May 1995 and was completed in May 1999. The project was recognized by Engineering News Record as the International Best Project of the Year. RSEA Engineering Agency's Overseas Project Series is presented in 4 episodes. Following Episode 1, which introduced projects in Vietnam and Thailand, this episode continues with RSEA Engineering Agency's works in Indonesia, Singapore, Malaysia, and the Philippines. The next episode will cover projects in the Middle East, including those in Saudi Arabia, Jordan, and Bahrain. Stay tuned.